Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tally Pat Palmer. I'm going to be telling you everything I've watched in my bi-weekly watch pile. I'm going to start off with my Blu-rays and 4Ks that I've got on physical media. Then I'm going to go to my list on my phone and tell you everything that I've noted down. So if you can hear a noise in the background, I've got my fan on right beside me because it's baking outside and my flat attracts the heat like anything. Right, the first film I've watched, I only watched this about 2 days ago. It's the Arrow version of remake of The Last House on the Left, the 2009 version. Now there's certain scenes here that are quite sensitive in nature, if you know what I mean. If you've seen like the original and this remake, I'm not going to go into too detail because I don't want to get into trouble with YouTube, but if you know, you know. This is basically two friends get up, are looking for weed at the start, and they get kidnapped by this gang that's just, a family gang that's just busted out of prison, and they get kidnapped, and well, they take them on this car journey because they want to get out of town because the heat's red hot for them, because their faces plastered all over the newspaper, and the gang end up killing both of them, or so they seem. Spoiler alert, sorry. And they, in the total chaos that they've done these two poor teenage girls, their car is totaled. So they found a house, obviously the last house on the left, and they take they say to this couple that they found, which is obviously one of the girls' parents, that they need shelter, their car's been totaled, and they're basically in trouble because one of the guys in the gang has acquired some injuries thanks to the car accident, I believe. So the doctor, which is the dad for one of the girls, stitches him up, and then they realise that the people that they've invited into the house to stay the night aren't all they seem to be. So they go on they find their daughter banging on the back door, and obviously the dad is the doctor, so he manages to save his daughter in time, but then they go on a murderous rampage to kill the people that they invited in for safety. And I was going to say, I'm not really explaining this right, it's a bit hard for me to describe, but that scene at the end with the microwave, I could hear every little bit of blood drop, at the end. And don't want to spoil the ending for you, but this film is really brutal throughout the film. So but I do think it's better than the original. Might be a hot take, might be a cold take, I don't know. But yeah, that was Last House on the Left by Arrow Video. The next one is the Steelbook Blu-ray of Justice League Warworld. Now, I tried watching this last night. I got to about the 45 to 50 minute mark, and this was just not capturing my attention. I was, Wonder Woman scenes at the start were quite good. Then we end up on this other planet, and I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? So, the trailer looked decent, but I could not get into this film at all. So I'm going to be selling this at CEX, because if I can't get into it, I don't need it in my collection. But the steelbook's nice. There's the front, there's the back. Luckily, oh, the disc is just falling out. Luckily for me, it's still got the J card attached, so I can still sell it at CEX, because CEX only takes steelbooks if you get the J card. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed by that, but the trailer did look good. So then the next film I've watched is Expendables 1. Now, I've got Expendables 2 and 3 to watch in time for Expendables 4. Now, I love this film. I watched it for the first time yesterday, and the movie quotes from other action films I loved. telling Arnold Schwarzenegger's character he might be terminated if he doesn't give back someone's gun. I love that, you know. It's just you know, I don't want to say generic, but it's a good action flick. I found the comedy, you know, good. The action pace was good. Basically, if you don't know about the premise of the film, this gang of not gang. Why have I got gangs on the brain? This sort of squad. I'm not sure where, you know, what division or not they're in. They're like in a military. Oh fucking hell! Sorry, my language. Military squad, but they're sort of outside of normal military, if you get what I mean. They were sent on a job to get like this excuse me, get back this box full of nuclear missiles, and of course it doesn't end up going their way to start off with, but then there's like shootouts and, you know, making of big tanks, big guns, you know. It's just a fun action flick. I can't wait for, you know, Expendables 2 and 3. I'm going to be watching them, you know, this coming week, because obviously I really enjoyed the first one. Now the third film, fourth film, I'm all over the place today, it's too hot. The fourth film I watched is Hellraiser 2. Now this is on Blu-ray. I did get the 1 to 3 Blu-ray box set just before our video told us we were getting 1 to 4 on 4K. So I'm going to watch 2 and 3. Now I've watched 1 and 2, I'm going to watch number 3. Then I'm going to sell my 1 to 3 box set on Blu-ray because I've ordered the 1 to 4 on 4K, if that makes any sort of sense. This continues from the first film at the end. Not sure I got everything in the film because obviously it's an older film and it doesn't have audio description, but from what I gather, is it Kirsty, the teenage girl? It wakes up in a psychiatric hospital. She's got to try and find her dad in hell, and obviously stop her stepmom for coming back because you know, in the first film she died at the end thanks to her Uncle Frank. No, Kirsty's Uncle Frank, because he killed her. So the stepmom has like a sort of weird relationship with the doctor in the hospital, and he's trying to hide her and help her with her mission, and they're trying to open the jigsaw box thing again with the help of this girl called Tiffany, I believe. I might not have the right name, but you know, she doesn't really talk in the film, but she's really good at jigsaws because it's part of a sort of relaxation and help her get better, apparently. Yeah, so I'm not selling these right tonight. So the next 4K is Dungeons and Dragons. Now I did see this at the cinema, but when I saw it, the audio description wasn't working, so I couldn't work out what they were saying in the, is it Elvish language? I'm not sure if I've got the right sort of language, but this time I watched it and it had audio description and I could follow it a lot more better. Loved this film the second time around because obviously I got more out of it. I really hope they do a sequel because this was a lot of fun. You know, I thought Michelle Rodriguez, she's such a badass in this film. I loved her character. You know, she was like my favourite character in this film. So I can't wait to rewatch this again, and hopefully a sequel will be greenlit soon. Right, that's all of the 4Ks and Blu-rays that I've watched, that I've got physical media wise. Now I'm going to go into my little list on my phone. Now sorry if you hear my my voiceover because I can't read it without it. I'm going to turn it down so hopefully you don't hear too much. Okay, I finished the first season of Breaking Bad. Now I know I'm really late to the party, but I thoroughly loved the first series. I've got a couple more series to finish off before I get into season 2, so I downloaded on Apple iTunes Indiana Jones 5. Now I did see this at cinema, and you know, I loved it first time around. I watched it this Sunday just gone, and I watched it again at home, and I still liked it. It was very good. I was able to hear a lot more, you know, dialogue and audio description with at home, because obviously at the cinema it was quite loud and it was drowning out the audio description. Yesterday I watched Cujo for the first time on Now TV. Now first time watch, I know it's a classic, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I want to own it on physical media now, so I can watch any time. Oh, excuse me guys, sorry, the pollen today. Okay, I've watched out of season 11 of Futurama. I've watched episodes 4, 5, 6 and 7. I won't get into the details of these episodes, but I did watch the latest 4. I completed Rabbit Hole on Paramount Plus, so I only had episodes 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 to watch, and I completed that. And now I need a Blu-ray of this, if not a 4K. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, I watched another shark documentary. I think this was on Disney Plus. I might have watched it at previous watch parties, but you know, I like a dinosaur. I like a shark documentary. It was World's Biggest Bull Sharks. Oh, excuse me guys, sorry, I do apologise for my sniffing. Again on Disney, I watched Baby Sharks. Now this is, this is a nature documentary. It's nothing to do with that awful song. Oh, excuse me guys, sorry, I really do apologise. Okay, on Amazon Prime, I'm halfway through series 1 of Harley Quinn. I've watched episodes 4, 5, 6 and 7. I've only got 5 more to go until I finish season 1, and then obviously I need to finish Ted Lasso. I've got about 7 more episodes to go on Ted Lasso, but that's not on this list, so I'm not going to conclude it. I watched that. On Legend on Sunday, which used to be the horror channel, I watched The Mummy, the classic 1959 version with Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing. Okay, I love that film. I love all those sort of classic actors. And I've come to the end of my list, guys. So all the other things I have on the list is the physical media that I just showed you at the start of the video. Now, apologies for me coughing and sniffing and spluttering. The sniffing is part of my Tourette's, and obviously I think I've got a little bit of hay fever as well, so I can't actually help it. So anyway, I hope you're having a nice day, even though it's baking outside. Now, stay in, if you can, get a fan on, have a cool shower, drink plenty of water, the usual blah blah blah. Anyway, I will see you soon. Take care everyone, have a good evening. Bye.